Hi, how's everyone? I hope you're all good. Thank you for returning and hello if you are new. We're doing the moon reading today. Moon is in Gemini and it's going to be full in the next couple days. So let's see what that has in store for us. Let me check over here on the chart. We've got Moon in Gemini at 12 degrees and it is in a hard square to Saturn in Pisces. Okay. So the moon rules Cancer. She's a water energy. She's intuitive. She's deep. She explores the illusions, but she also has jurisdiction over cycles and rhythms. It's the ebb and the flow. It's the returning of things to handle again. So wherever the moon is, we're invited to look underneath the ego and figure out what cycles that we allow ourselves to be in. And it invites us to um, try to delve into the whys and the hows and the, reasoning behind things. Because once we understand why we're there, then we can break out of that cycle, okay? She's in a very pleasant trine to Venus in Aquarius. Oh, I thought that was Sagittarius. Hang on a second. Yeah, Aquarius. So, Aquarius is a very wide-minded, I say high-minded, wide-thinking energy. It concerns people and ideas in large groups, okay? Um, all the air signs have to do with intellect, mental capacity, thinking, ideas, um, information processing, things like that. Whereas Gemini processes information and decides where they fit into it. Libra processes and decides how they relate to other people. And Aquarius processes information and decides how best to use that in the grander scale of people. Okay, so they say that Gemini relates to itself, Libra relates to others one on one, and Aquarius relates to others in large groups. They're not good one on one. They're good in theory in on the larger scale. Okay. So I like that because with Moon in Gemini, it's a very internalized communication. It's sensitive communication. It's almost enlightened communication. I know Gemini is the baby of the air signs. So they're just really concerned with communicating what they think, where they stand, how they feel about it, what they know. I know this and I know that, one really fun thing I like about Gemini is their intellect is so quick. They're ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is the fastest of the energies up there. So their thinking is on a nanosecond level. And I've been in like insult banter with a Gemini and nobody can stand up to that. Nobody. I would love to see insults between Gemini and Virgo because Virgo is also ruled by Mercury. But where um Gemini is extremely creative with their insults. Virgo just goes for the throat. Virgo will, excuse me, I'm like fighting a sneeze here. Virgo will insult you just to be brutal about it. Gemini will insult you and be creative about it. Okay. So Moon in Gemini is very looking underneath the ego. That's what the moon does. It's the shadow of the sun, and the sun represents the ego. So the moon goes underneath the ego and pulls out the illusion that's there. Now you might think if you hear it, if it's illusion, then that means that it's fake, it's false, but that's not true. Um, when they say it's illusion, it just means that it's what's usually kept hidden, what feels like a ghost. It feels like the shadow. It feels like you feel it there, but you can't really tangibly hold it. That's kind of what that illusionary feeling um, is. So the ego is whatever you allow to be seen, but the moon is what is the truth underneath that you keep hidden. So there's something in the in communication. Um, it is, I see here, conjunct with Jupiter, and Jupiter is a beautiful, expansive energy that's very accepting, it's very gregarious, it's very um, open and willing to listen and accept and consider all different kinds of things. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is the wanderer, the learner. So there's deep learning going on here. Even if it's just for the next day or two, there's an energy of longing to really learn something very deeply. And with this square to Saturn in Pisces, there may be some blockage in deeper emotional processing. Even though the moon is emotion, she rules Cancer. Cancer is very emotional, very intuitive. So she kind of brings that into Gemini, but being square to Saturn in Pisces, Pisces is a much deeper emotional connection. So the Saturn, is it retrograde? No, it is direct. So Saturn in Pisces, it's a long, it's a slow mover. It's going to be there for a while. So there is an overall energy through the collective of a blockage in reaching the deeper subconscious. There may be some in the collective who aren't really connecting in their dreams, whereas some of us who are prone to psychic awareness, sometimes those dreams can get really deep, really weird, very moving, very feeling very real. But with Saturn in that sign, there's kind of a blockage there. But not just an obstacle. Saturn is the taskmaster. So he points to where we really need to focus and learn deep lessons. Okay? So there's that hard square there between um, openly expressing and processing new information and how you connect with others on a deeper level with that information. Okay, but then again there's that beautiful trine energy with Venus in Aquarius, and that means that even though there might not be the psychic, intuitive, deeper emotional connection to people, there is an expansive desire to understand. Venus brings peace and balance and equitability. She's the compromiser. She likes peacekeeping. She's into beauty and harmony, and bringing that into Aquarius, the sign of people in groups. It's a very humanitarian sign, but he's ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is the upheaver. He's the rebel. He's the pirate. He's the one who wants to bring new and unconventional ways of thinking into the mix. And Venus being there will bring balance into that energy. So let's go to the tarot and see how this may play out in the 3D, in the collective energy. So we dropped the from the first light tarot, we dropped the Empress card. Oh wait, please remember that not all messages will resonate for every person. So leave what doesn't resonate now, but keep it in mind because it might make sense at a later time. You're all at different points in the timeline. Like I say, I can read the script, I can read the energy, but I can't tell you which character you all individually play here, and I can't tell where you all choose to stand on the stage, whether you're involved or an observer. I can only read the energy, I only read the script. So here in the energy from the first light tarot, from I get divine energy, like kind of 5D cosmic influences here. But we've got the Empress, which is beautiful. This is Venus energy again. She rules Libra and Taurus. And there is a overall, I heard it's a blessed time for productivity, for nurturing something very important, very valuable. Um, Everybody's going to decide what that is separately. This could be your own self, okay? There has been in the energies a very prominent advice to be better, do better, elevate, level up, put more time into you, put more time into your beliefs, put more time into what you invest in, and some of that investment should be back into yourself. What? What? Where are you? Oh my God. What? Ma'am, get down, please. Sorry about that interruption. So, Empress energy is development, productivity, things in process, okay? Things growing and nurturing and being tended to, being protected as it grows. This is mother energy, okay? Um, it's also abundance and growth, okay? And then when we go to the Rider-Waite, when we bring it down a little bit and go into the 3D, the first card you dropped is the Emperor. So we have Empress and Emperor energy. Whether these are two different people or just overall energy working through the collective, I'm not sure. We'll get to that. But so far, we have Libra and Taurus and Aries and Capricorn. So either you have those placements in your chart or whoever you're observing or interacting with may have those placements in their chart. You may be a Libra dealing with an Aries. That's our opposite sign. I haven't in my life I don't think dealt with an Aries person that I can think of. I'm always surrounded by Tauruses and Leos and Capricorns and things to that nature. But there was a few Pisceses in there. But I don't. Oh, wait, I do know one Aries person. We get along famously, beautifully. The energy back and forth is wonderful with this person. I do just remembered I do know an Aries. They are technically opposites. So where Aries is very happy to focus on themselves. Libra is very happy to focus on the other person. Okay, it's opposing yet balancing energy. You really want to, whatever sign you are, pay attention to what your direct opposite sign is. Some people say it's an opposition, but a lot of people believe it's like a sister sibling energy. It's the balance. It's the other side of the teeter totter. Without that energy, you are out of balance. Okay, so Capricorns, you might want to draw more on Cancer energy and vice versa. Pisces, you would draw more on Virgo energy and vice versa. Drawing on that opposing energy really balances you out and gives you like it's almost like borrowing energy from somebody that you don't have in yourself. Okay, and I'm not saying that like energy vampire. I'm saying like they have qualities that you kind of it may feel foreign to you, but once you explore those qualities, you find that they jive with you really well. You're able to work with them very well, and they lend some value to whatever you're trying to pursue. Okay. Um, so we've got Empress energy here, and then Emperor energy is the current energies in the 3D collective. This is very empowered energy. It's supportive strength and leadership with honor. Okay, I'm glad he's not in reverse because an emperor in reverse is a tyrant, and he is very stubborn, very closed off to new ideas, very egotistical in his leadership. But this emperor in the upright is a wonderful energy and a beautiful match to the empress energy. Where she nurtures, he protects. Where she is productive, he is a leader. So the two opposing, and remember I said The Emperor is Aries energy. I also give it a little to Capricorn. Um, Personally, to me, Aries is the baby of the zodiac. It's brand new. So to me, Aries energy isn't quite developed enough to be considered Emperor energy. It's just a baby. So I do tend to give Emperor to Capricorn also, because he's the last king before the Emperor proper. He's the King of Pentacles. Empress energy is Libra. So we've got these two balanced opposites here, Aries and Libra. Um, Taurus is there because Empress is ruled by Venus energy, and Venus rules both Libra and Taurus. So we've got the development here and the support. We've got the growth and the strength. We've got productivity and leadership. This is beautiful energy, powerful, strong, sure of itself, um, optimistic, honorable, all the good things here. And if this is a relationship, then you will find that whoever this is, you will work with each other extremely well. You will bring qualities, they will bring qualities, and together you will be, I heard together you're a whole person. Together you are a functioning adult. Two of you together. If it's not another person in a relationship, these are aspects of yourself that you are finally bringing to the forefront. Okay, you're bringing your dedication to your own productivity. I heard, um, well, they gave me the feeling of really investing in the feminine side, which is that growth for yourself, that productivity from within, the nurturing aspect. The Empress is protective in her own way. And then we've got the Emperor here them together. Now, with looking forward in the second position, we have the Moon in reverse. And what did I just say? The Moon is in Gemini, okay, squaring Saturn in Pisces right now. Um, Upright, this would be self-deception or illusion, just being under, oh, that's interesting. I'll get to that in a second. But with it in the reverse, there's revelation here and inner sight. That is what I was talking about when I said that Jupiter and the moon are conjunct in Gemini. There is inner insight, there is a revelation about something from within, an illusion that you may have been functioning under. And it could have to do with this idea that you did not have the strength to be this productive. Emperor and Empress energy, strength and productivity. Moon in reverse, a revelation, inner sight. Perhaps you are seeing that you really do have the power to be this productive. Whatever that you're planning, whatever you want to nurture, you have the blessing of it to be fruitful if you can work at it. Okay. But in the third position here, with this is kind of like past influences. I don't want to say too far in the past, but this is stuff that is you have experienced recently that's kind of like affecting the overall energy. And here you have the Knight of Wands in reverse. This is like overconfidence. Knight of Wands is very confident, but in his upright energy, he's rightfully so, and he's humbly so. He's not egotistically confident. He is confident because he knows that his heart is in the right place. He has the drive to go for it. But here we have it in reverse. So this is overconfidence or a lack of drive. This is also recklessness. So there may be a fear here. I feel like this could be a fear, even though I have this as a past influence. This is underneath the Emperor. And I feel like it means that there's an underlying kind of energy like creeping up. Like there's this there's just this nagging, like, I feel like they're showing me, like, because it's underneath the emperor, it's like reaching for his feet. Like, he can kind of feel this underlying, what is this under, and he's kind of kicking at something emotionally or psychologically that he really can't pinpoint. And it's this kind of overconfidence and recklessness. They're showing me, or they're telling me, because the energy flow is so powerful, somebody's getting a little bit too big for their energy britches. They're feeling like they're unstoppable. And in an upright energy, feeling unstoppable would be positive, but this is recklessly unstoppable, right? I don't know. I think that'll clarify as we keep going. So here in the next position, in the near future, or like possible energies that you're going to have to deal with, we've got the Six of Wands in reverse. So this is a feeling of defeat. This may be where somebody jumps too quickly. There, but see, it's not out of malice or anything. It's just like I feel like it was a misjudged jump. Okay? There may be a little bit of recklessness here. Somebody might jump too quickly, jump too soon. Um, it's not that you had wrong information. I think just the time I feel like you just got the timing a little bit off. And that's not anything that you need to fault yourself for. It happens. So give yourself some grace, but maintain that humility. Pull back on the recklessness, pull back on the overconfidence a little bit. Stay stable. That's the thing. If this was just Emperor energy and a wand, the King Knight of Wands reverse, this would definitely be somebody who is overstepping their power. But we've got the Empress here also, which is the Emperor's balance. So they're asking you to stay in balance with your power and your the masculine and the feminine. Balance it out so that you're not making reckless, overconfident decisions, because that then leads to the Six of Wands in reverse, which it's not going to work. Whatever. Oh, there was a card that came out. I believe it was one of the ancestor cards, and we'll draw another one in a little while. It was one of the ancestor cards that said, if you're feeding too much energy into it, you might sabotage your own work. So pull back a little bit, feed enough into it to keep it going, but don't overdo it, okay? That resonates for me because I have always, ever since I was young, I've had this weird thing where if I put too much energy into something, it blows up. Okay, but if I pull back and I still haven't figured out the balance to this. I'm still in the energy of, well, if I try too hard, I'm just going to nuke everything around me, so I'm not going to try at all. But I'm coming out of that. I better be coming out of it. I'm 50 now. So I should know this shit, right? But changing aspects of yourself that are deeply ingrained is very hard work. So there's an energy here of balance, and that's interesting because the last card we have down here is temperance, which is balancing components and using alchemy to find a working solution, a working combination. This is integration and mercy. This is, oh shit, who is this? This isn't Gabriel. I think this is the Archangel Uriel. He's the healer, I believe. Or is Gabriel the healer? I'm not sure. This is Sagittarius energy. So, Temperance, this angel has one foot on land and one foot in the water, meaning he's grounded and he's also in tune with the flow of the subconscious. And you need both of those. Then he's pouring back and forth into the cups a solution. And not just like a solution to a problem. This is fluidity of combining things that probably in the past you wouldn't think would work together. Alchemy is mixing a bunch of shit together and seeing what works. That's basically what it is. Okay? I'm sure there's rules. It's the precursor of what the science of chemistry became, but back before they, knew it, knew everything, it was just almost magic the way they would combine things. And I love that. That's very experimental. It's very, let's see what happens. It's very, I don't know. Let's find out. It's very, I love Sagittarius energy. I have Sagittarius North Node and stellium in the ninth house, Sun and stellium in the ninth house. So I have a lot of fire in my chart. I love the idea of, I don't know. Let's research that. Let's see what works. Let's see what we can combine here. And that really does play into the balancing of the Emperor and the Empress energy, Aries and Libra energy. Draw from something that you would think would be opposing to you, because you might find some qualities in there that you were like, I never considered that. Wow, you really come at it from a cool perspective. I love the energy you bring into it. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm thinking back to my interaction with my one Aries person in my life, and the flow of energy back and forth was like, I experienced this and I used it this way, and I'm like, damn, that's so cool, because when I experienced it, I used it this way. And they were like, oh, I never thought of it that way. So like that back and forth, the back and forth, look at how temperance is pouring back and forth, one cup to another. This could be like a relationship where um, you really get to explore somebody else's perspective. And I like that vibes really well with Moon and Jupiter in Gemini, because that's processing new information. So there's processing new information here. Like I said, I feel like if this is past energy, because I did designate this card as past influences, that is the Knight of Wands in reverse, the overconfidence, the lacking drive, lacking direction or recklessness. This was just going whole ass into something without knowing where you wanted to go. I can't really understand what that would be. But with this Emperor energy here of strength and support, this was an honorable pursuit. It's just you went, like I said, you went whole ass into it without a plan. Okay? What did I just write about earlier today about a plan? Shit. Oh, it was on a different card. Okay. So the next card we got here from the Tarot of the Divine, I don't know this myth, but it's the Queen of... Oh, I thought this was the Queen of Cups. It's the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, again, Libra energy. The Queen of Swords... Oh, wait. The Queen of Swords, Aquarius. But they always give it to Libra. Some of the energies of those court cards remains very flexible. I usually give the king and queen to the older of the signs. So for me, the king and queen of swords would be Aquarius. He's the older of the air signs. But they do often give Queen of Swords to Libra energy because she's fair. She's fair. Now, there have been a lot of descriptions of Libra as being very cold. We're not so cold. We love deeply, we care greatly, we really adore our relationships with people. But I think we're programmed to love truth even more. And when you consider what is the truth, just like Gemini energy ruled by Mercury, information is non-biased. It is neutral. The only thing that swings it right or wrong, good or bad, is how each individual heart interprets it. But the facts are the facts. And me being from, I have debate experience, forensics experience. I love to argue. It's not that I love to argue, I love to discuss. Okay, like I said, but that might be my Sagittarius in me. I have strong Sag, whereas I like to discover. Okay, but I like to discuss different ideas because there may be something in it, temperance energy, that I can use that I didn't know about before. So there's an energy here of processing information that you wouldn't necessarily accept in other circumstances. But processing that and accepting it and utilizing it, that's the key. Utilizing it brings you into this Emperor Empress high vibration energy. With the Queen of Swords here, this is the Queen in I'm sorry, I heard a noise and now I'm distracted. She's indecisive about it. Okay? Libra can get stuck in indecision for a very, very long time. But it's not that we can't choose. It's that we get stuck in the analyzing of it all. Okay? It is a sign. Sorry, I stutter really bad when I get the channel going. The Queen of Swords is the other side of the King of Swords, and they are together the swords of justice, where the king is the judge. He listens to the information, he processes it, and he makes a decision, but he does not swing the sword. Libra is the sword swinger. She's the decider. She's the jury. She's the executioner. Or where the king is the judge and jury, the queen is the executioner. She deals the verdict. And in this case, right now in the collective, that decisive action is in suspension right now. There's indecision here. And in that, upheaved, if that's a word, in that upheaved energy, she can be cold and emotional. Usually, kind of Libra isn't quite emotional. Like, it's hard to explain. We feel deeply. And I have reacted to things in a very emotional way, but it wasn't so much out of a heartbreak kind of emotion. It was more out of fear. Okay, there was fear there. Fear of the unknown, fear of the future, fear for my safety, fear. And that was when I reacted the most emotionally because it was unfamiliar territory. Okay, so there may be quick emotional response here because she's not ready. There's no decision made yet because Temperance is still working it out. So the queen is kind of like, I have no verdict to give yet because things are still being weighed. Okay? That's kind of what I have so far. Let's pull it all together here. Empress and Emperor. Okay? Beautiful energy. This could be a relationship. This could be you finding your match. You're vibing high, so you find a high vibing match for you. Okay? The moon in reverse, revelation and inner perspective, inner sight. Oh, I wanted to comment. Yesterday's reading, we got the death card. And I mentioned that in the distance in the card, I love that they flow together like this. The death card being number 13. The moon is number 18. So in the distance of the death card was the two towers that you see in the moon card. Okay. So if you can imagine, here's the two towers of the moon card, and the moon is rising. But in the death card, this scene was way in the background. Death came through on his horse, and the rising here was the sun, or the sun was setting in the death card. The sun was setting, which means there was an ego death. That's important because here next to the emperor, that must have been a very moving, tough revelation. There was an ego death here. And now with the moon in reverse, that there was inner truth that became, sorry, an inner truth was revealed. And it sent everything topsy-turvy. We've got the Six of Wands the Six of Wands reversed and the Knight of Wands reversed. That's 7 Wands in reverse. The Seven of Wands is defense position. You're defending. It comes after the 6. The 6 is victory. The 7 is defending your victory, defending the high ground. Okay? So with this all in reverse, this revelation that this Emperor energy went through was brought about by this moon revealing something very life-changing, ego-changing. The moon is, like I said, the extension of the death card. Something came through and ended. And with that, the ego went through a death. Now we're at the moon, where the death card, where it was in the background with the sun setting, now it's in the foreground with the moon rising. Where the ego is quiet, the subconscious, the intuition, the inner self can shine. Okay, with this in reverse, I heard the clouds are quiet. I don't know why they put it that way. With the moon in reverse, because moon upright does represent illusion, and usually when they want to describe illusion, they'll use cloudiness as a metaphor. So with this in reverse, the sky is clear. The sky is clear in this card. Even in reverse, it's still clear. So the clouds were lifted, and what he found underneath was hard to process. And now with the Queen of Swords in reverse, he doesn't really know how to feel about it. There's like bitterness here. It's like, I didn't want to know that about myself. I didn't know that about myself. But most loudly I heard, I didn't want to know that about myself. But how do you not? I think it was more that I didn't want to face that about myself. Now, when I say it like that, I'm not speaking for myself. I'm speaking as somebody from the collective going through this energy, this Emperor energy with the moon in reverse. And this recklessness and defeat. That's where I heard I didn't want to face this about myself. That's that moon energy revealing something. Now, temperance also can be healing energy, but it's healing through balancing things out, okay? Give yourself a little grace, give yourself a little mercy, give yourself some compassion. There's compassion here. I heard I need to do this differently. There's also a little element of self-forgiveness, which is wonderful. Always try to do that. But don't do it impulsively. I don't know why I feel impulsively. You can forgive yourself without actually processing that you did anything wrong. You're just like, well, it wasn't my fault. I can forgive myself for that. But the temperance is telling us, work it out. Okay. Look at what I feel Scorpio energy here, because Scorpio likes to dissect things in order to find out how they work. So they're telling you, find out what components within yourself you need to balance in order to get through this ego death. Okay? And this Queen of Swords in reverse is a very kind of frozen energy, okay? When Libras are indecisive about something, it's because we dissect every aspect of it. We weigh everything against the truth. We weigh everything against how it will affect everyone involved. Remember, we are the sign of the relationships with other people. And we, being ruled by Venus, love love. We don't want to hurt anybody. That's why we take so long to decide on something, because Libra energy takes into account every single piece of data, every bug that could be involved. Like bug, like the little creature, you know what I mean? Like, if I put this here, what's here that could be affected? If I move this here, how will that affect how the sun comes in this way? If I move this here, if I choose to do it this way, if I choose to do it with this person instead of this person, and we kind of get stuck. And the downside of that, which is being expressed here with the Queen of Swords in reverse, in her reverse energy, is that sometimes it takes Libra so long. I'm speaking from experience here, so listen to, hear my words. Sometimes it takes Libra so long to make a decision on aspects that were true when the decision was begun. But by the time they make the decision, all of those things that are involved have changed. So we jump forward, Knight of Wands in reverse. We jump forward to make all right, I finally made my decision. I'm going to do it like this, and all hell breaks loose. Everything falls apart, because by the time you got to the state where you made the decision, all the components of it were changed, Temperance energy. Everything was recalibrated by then. So the warning here for Libra is to make the best decision possible, but don't dwell too long, because if you wait too long to decide, then the energies have changed already. And when you realize that, then you're like, oh shit, well, now I have to rethink. How long is that going to take? Another week? Another 2 weeks? Another month? Another 5 years? In my case, another 10, 15 years to decide? That's that stuck energy here. So something caused an ego death, threw us for a loop. We went recklessly into the void without considering things had changed, and now we're in a state of indecision. Okay, I say we because I'm part of the collective too. I don't know how this is going to resonate for everybody, but we're going to go ahead and go on to the Ancestor Oracle messages. I hope this is resonating. I hope the messages are reaching you for your highest good. If you're vibing with my content, please take this moment to leave a thumbs up. Please subscribe and share my videos. This helps the algorithm get my content seen. I'm really shooting for hopefully maybe 100 subscribers by summer. If I can get to 1,000, then I can start doing lives, and I really would love to do that. Then I can take live questions and interact with everybody. It sounds like so much fun. In the description, you'll find my email and donation links. I'm open for personal readings and birth chart inquiries. And for any smaller donation, I would love to do a 3-card spread for you as a thank you. Email, Venmo, and Cash App in the description. I appreciate any and all feedback. Yeah, feedback. Please leave me comments. I really, really need comments. Do you like the setup? Do you like my vibe? Do I stutter too much? Is the music too loud? Is there a spread you would like me to explore in one of the videos? Please leave me comments. I really want to improve, and I think feedback is the best way to do that. So I appreciate any and all feedback, signal boost, or donation. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. So please give me an Ancestor Oracle card for the collective for the Gemini moon December 2024. Oh, also we're 2 days into the 12/12 portal, so that's pretty powerful energy also. No? Ancestors are quiet. How about a guardian? Can I get a guardian? That one? Nope, there's 4. Can I get just a couple more and then I'll take... There we go. Spirit Fox. All right. Trust your talents and in changing times. That's wonderful. Trust your talents in changing times. Firstly, let's go through the signs that are prominent. Empress, we've got Taurus and Libra. Emperor, we've got Aries and Capricorn. Moon energy, we've got Cancer. Queen of Swords is Libra again. Knight of Wands is Leo energy. And Temperance is Sagittarius. I will put all those as tags in the description. So we've got Spirit Fox. Trust your instincts in changing times. I'm going to darken this just a little bit. Oh, that's good. Oh, the color pops. Okay. This says stay alert. And stay alert, a change is in the air. The energies around you are changing at this time, and although it may not always be comfortable, you are equipped with all that you need to survive this shift. Oh, remember what I was saying a few readings back? It was like there was a theme going on, and then all of a sudden everything flipped and there was completely different energy. I don't know if that was the 12/12 portal or if something else happened, but the energy completely changed. So it threw a lot of people off. It definitely threw me off. That first reading that I did like 3 or 4 days ago, I had no idea how to interpret anything, but I struggled through it. I'm gonna pause for a second. I gotta grab my phone charger real quick. Okay, I paused at 47:22 for anyone looking for number syncs. So where was I? I'll just start over. The energies around you are changing at this time, and although it may not always be comfortable, you are equipped with all that you need to survive this shift. You're being presented with opportunities to reach spaces you've never encountered before, and this can make you feel on edge, but be open to the shifts occurring because they really are the answers to your prayers. The experience of being hunted or threatened is now behind you, and you're being invited to come out from your den and reveal your glory and your talents. Call upon Spirit Fox Medicine to help you be seen for who you are and trust in your talents in order to be the best you can be in these changing times. So draw on that. There may have been, like, we had the 4 of Swords. We had the, damn. Mercury retrograde, everything going haywire. We had the 4 of Swords recently, which means there was a time of repose, a time of recovery from a heartbreak. Comes after the 3 of Swords, so there was something that upheaved the heart. And in that space, you had a lot of processing of inner emotions to go through. So they're saying now that you're ready to come out of that Oh, I apologize. Now that you're ready to come out of that, you have everything you need. You're refreshed and you're empowered in order to go through this changing times, okay? And now we're going to get the theme deck. and get some final oracle messages for y'all. Oh, do I have to? Well, they want me to address a little bit of the collective where this may be kind of love related. There's no cups here, so I'm not getting love, but this could be a relationship. There are two equals here, an empress and an emperor, each functioning in their upright positions. But there was a revelation, something emotional, something from way underneath that I think it's the emperor because it comes up next to him most strongly. Strongest. There was a revelation for this emperor of something that may have been kept hidden, something he did not want to see, something he knew was there, but he was kind of kicking into the shadows because he didn't want to deal with it at the time. But it was a truth that was undeniable, that he had no room to give the light to, give light to. So it ended up being something that he kept underneath. However, something happens. It might have to deal with this Queen of Swords here. There was a revelation given to him, and it knocked everything upside down. He did something or considered something reckless. But either now this is two different energies here. This is where it splits off for the in the within the collective. If he made this reckless jump, it didn't work, and now he's in his that's where that spirit fox is saying, if you were in a position, an energy recently of being in your den, he was rebuffed, or it didn't work, something didn't work, and he retreated. And now he's rethinking things with this temperance energy. What did I get wrong? Where can I don't feel like he's saying, well, that didn't work, so I'm not going to do it again. I feel like he's more empowered than that. I feel like he's thinking, it didn't work, but how can I make this work? What can I do? I'm going to do it again, but I need a better plan. So, it's not an energy of giving up. It's an energy. There is an energy of defeat, but it's more like oh shit, that didn't work. But there's an understanding because he is an upright emperor and he's intelligent and sharp and honorable, where he says, I gave it. I gave it a try. It didn't work, but that's to be expected because I did kind of do it recklessly. But I'm not going to give up. So he's feeling the defeat, he's feeling the failure, but it's not a debilitating failure, okay? That's for some in the collective. It's just a chance for him to recalibrate. I heard the GPS voice recalculating route. That's what I heard. He's just recalculating. And after that, because he's doing this recalculation with this temperance, the Queen of Swords in reverse means that there's no decisions being made yet. Because the first one didn't work. But I feel like it's trying to jump towards this Empress energy. I feel like he saw that this energy is his match. And maybe it was something that he always knew, but he never wanted to admit. He never wanted to give it light. He never wanted to give it credence. Credence is very important with that Queen of Swords energy. It's the truth. He never wanted to see that it was the truth. Until something happened. It doesn't specify what happened, but it does indicate that there was a great shift in energy. And maybe after this plan didn't work, he kind of went into this, I got to recalibrate. And that's why the Spirit Fox came out and says, there may have been a time where you were quote unquote in your den. That was the recovery time. That was the go back to your corner and take a breather and figure out a new strategy kind of energy. I want these two. Too many. We've got the medicating card out in reverse. I usually never take my oracle cards in reverse, but this is telling me that after or during or any there's some aspect of this emperor that may have been self-medicating, weed, drinking, pills. I'm not judging, okay? I'll do whatever. I'm not an addict, but I get it, right? I get it. I love drinking, right? But there's this energy of self-medicating here, and it came out in reverse. So this could be somebody who absolutely is taking time to beat an addiction, or to say, I don't need this to think clearly. I already know what I want to do. Um, I know that people self-medicate a lot when they have trouble sleeping. So, this is somebody who's coming out of that self medicating. Now, I'm not saying that they stop doing whatever they're doing. I'm saying they stop using it as a crutch. So they still may be drinking, they still may be smoking, they still, whatever, but it's not in a destructive energy anymore. So, well done, Emperor. Well done. Or Empress. Whoever came out of this, well done. Absolutely. Let's get a few more, please. We've got, oh, this shit is bananas. Oh, it's bananas. Banans. Something is bananas. Who is this new guide that's coming through? What's bananas? Oh, really? They're saying once he accepted that she was his good match and equal, he really didn't need that self-medicating anymore. That's why it's in reverse. And I heard his exclamation of, this is bananas. The idea that once he came to the truth about the balance of this Empress energy, it's like he didn't need that medicating anymore. And he absolutely looked at himself and went, this is bananas. That's probably for like one person in the collective, if anybody. I don't know where that came from. That's one of my favorite cards in the deck, though, because it comes out of nowhere and you're like, oh, this shit is bananas. I agree. Okay, let's get a few more, please, for the collective. Okay, hang on a second. Intuition and clear seeing, the crystal ball. That goes along with that moon energy. There's some clarity that came through almost as if by magic. I feel like he wasn't prepared for it, but it really didn't surprise him. Like he wasn't prepared for it to come out to the surface, but it didn't surprise him because he really knew that he knew how he felt deep down. So there was a revelation there where it was like, yeah, I see that. Fuck. I knew it. I knew it. But this changes everything. Growth. Love it. And blocks. It says go back to the basics. That's that recalibrating route. It's like touch base one more time and then take off again. Touch base with yourself one more time and then continue on. Is that it? That's it? One more? One more. Okay. No, I'm not taking that one. That's naughty. Give me a different one. Okay, we'll take that one. Oi. Okay, so we've got self-medicating in reverse, beautiful. We've got this shit's bananas. I can't believe that I can't believe everything has changed. Again, that Taylor Swift song. Everything has changed. Clear scene, that's the crystal ball. We've got the Nine of Diamonds, that's the equivalent of the Nine of Pentacles. Self-made prosperity, abundance, abundant and stable and independent. That's that Empress. Because the Nine of Pentacles is the baby Empress. She's one step, well, two steps away. She's got to become the queen first, and then she becomes the Empress. But she's on her way. So there could be where he's in a stable position. She may be just a little bit behind, but still very impressive in her own right. She's stable. She's happy. She has enough, not enough to share, not enough to build a legacy, but she's got enough for herself right now. So she may be a little bit behind in the timeline from him. Maybe she's a little younger, but Nine of Pentacles, she is self-made, stable, and independent at the moment. So this also could be him. We've got growth here. Love that. Somebody's growing. Somebody is embracing the changes. Now we have, as last, the Archangel Gabriel. This is the archangel that blows the trumpet at judgment. Okay, he's the announcer. It says Annunciation. This has the feeling of you're getting some clarity here. You are actually getting a booming voice from the void telling you very clearly what your purpose is going to be. This is clarity of divine purpose. Intercession. So this could be with this Knight of Wands in reverse with the Six of Wands in reverse. There's a little bit of lost direction here. Well, when Archangel Gabriel comes in, there is an intercession and a redirection. So we've got clarity of divine purpose, intercession, miracles, direction, companion, an escort through the underworld. Now, we just did have evidence here of a ego death, so there may be some darkness that somebody's facing, but Archangel Gabriel, listen for the trumpets, listen for the announcements, then listen for the announcements. You will get a clear sign, but it might be so, gosh, how can I describe it? It might be so clear that you see it and go, nah, there's no way. There's no way that it can be that precise for me. I don't believe it, And it could just be like, there are so many times where I have the TV on in the background and I won't be paying attention to it for like an hour. And then all of a sudden, one sentence will come through and it's like a beacon. And then it's like, oh, that's supposed to mean something. So they can communicate that way. And there may be something where he's just, or whoever in the collective, this Emperor energy, he's just minding his own business, and then something on the radio or something on the TV sparks, and he sparks up and goes, holy shit, that's really what I needed to hear. Okay, so that's like that vision, dictation of divine will, Archangel Gabriel, the Annunciator, the strength of God. So that's what I have for everyone. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I hope that made sense. I hope it resonated with you. I hope you guys were able to get some messages that would help. If you would like to look at your birth chart, I'm open for birth chart inquiries. I'm open for personal readings. All that information is in the description. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Until I see you again in the next couple days. Okay, thanks. Bye.